Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel Made with Love. My name is Heather and this will be day one of my 12 days of Christmas baking. So today I am going to be making my Mocha Fudge. So you need one bag of the white chocolate chips, one can of your sweetened condensed milk. Have to make sure it's sweetened condensed milk, not evaporated milk or any other canned milk. Only the sweetened condensed milk works for this recipe. You'll also need about a good tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of instant coffee. I'm using the Nescafe Rich Hazelnut. I'm not sure if this is not sure if it's extra dark. I don't know, not quite sure. It doesn't say that because I've got a few other ones that if they're dark or extra strong they say so. This one doesn't say, so this must just be a regular one, but it's the hazelnut flavors. I like the nut flavors. I also have a few of the chocolate covered coffee beans to garnish on top of each square or piece of fudge. So very easy to do. You just need to add your chocolate chips to a microwavable dish and your 1 can of your sweetened condensed milk. I just realized I just gotta stop for a second. I gotta grab a spoon. Alright, so I'm just gonna scrape the condensed milk in on top of the chocolate chips. This is a very easy recipe. It's like a no-fail fudge recipe. My basic recipe is just 1 small bag of chocolate chips, any flavor that you want, and 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. And you've got to melt them in the microwave for takes about 2 to 3 minutes depending on the power of your microwave setting. And you put it in like 30-second intervals, so every 30 seconds you just stir it until it's fully melted. So I'm just gonna go and start melting this and I'll be right back. Alright, so that took about 1.5 minutes in the microwave. And it's all mixed in. The chocolate chips are melted. The sweetened condensed milk has been warmed up a bit. And I have my pan here, either an 8x8 or a 9x9 square pan, and I just line it with a sheet of wax paper. But to this, because this is the mocha, I'm going to add some instant coffee. So I said between 1 and 2 tablespoons depending on your taste. I'll start with 1. I just like to stir it in and see how it looks. So if you do the white chocolate, then you can see the coffee flakes. You can make it with chocolate chips too, or any kind of other chips you want for different flavor combinations. But I like to make it with the white chocolate, and then I kind of you can use any instant coffee. I kind of like the flavored coffees. It gives it another little more flavor. I'm going to put it in 2 tablespoons. Then I get a really nice color. And now this is all stirred in, so I'm just going to scrape down the sides to make sure that all the little coffee granules on the side are all stirred in. I'm just going to bring my prepared dish here back down into the corner. As I pour it, then the paper will fit in place. And just scrape everything into the pan, and then you chill it for about at least 4 hours, or overnight is best. So I will go and put this in the fridge, and I will be back in a few hours and and show you what the next step is. Now right now it's too soft to put in the little covered coffee beans. I find right now, I know some recipes say do it right away. I have found it's actually best if I wait maybe about half an hour to an after half an hour to an hour of letting it be in the fridge to kind of chill and set. Because right now if I were to put it in, then sometimes they sink down. I don't really like the coffee beans to be like right in the middle of the piece of fudge. I like to have the coffee beans on the top of the fudge. So I will be back when it's ready to put the coffee beans on, and I'll show you what that all looks like. Alright, so back, the fudge is probably about half set now. Like, it's still soft to touch, so I don't really want to do too much. But now I'm going to place the chocolate covered coffee beans just every so far. I'm just trying to also get the larger ones, see how many squares I could probably make out of this. Probably get like 16 squares, maybe 20, depending on the size. I like my fudge to be, you know, like about 2 bites or so. Nothing bigger than 2 bites if you're making fudge. I'm just trying to find the nice coffee beans that are all about the same size, because there's a lot in here that are just, you know, kind of small. You just want people to think that they're all getting, you know, like an equal size of coffee bean. Now, it's kind of hard to do. It's like, you know, chocolate covered raisins and stuff, chocolate covered or yogurt covered things. You know, you always have some that seem to get extra coating, so they're always extra fat, and then you get the ones that get no coating, and you know, so I'm just trying to find ones that are all about the same size. So push them in. So I'm gonna get, so this looks like I'm gonna be able to get 16 little squares out of this. It's gonna be a pretty good size square. You can make them smaller if you want. Let's see what I was trying to say before when I was talking about the coffee, because I didn't have it's not in front of me, so I wasn't sure what I was trying to say, but no, it had to do with the strength. That's what I was trying to get. So I've got some dark roast. This one's a medium roast. This one says it's double filter. Not quite sure what that means, but I just have an assortment of instant coffees. I don't drink a lot of coffee. I drink, you know, if I have coffee, it's usually my Starbucks, and I actually buy my bag of Starbucks coffee from Starbucks and I grind it myself. But these ones here, like I will do the Nescafe instant coffee. These are what I have on when I run out of my Starbucks. As you can tell, they're all pretty full. I also use these for all my baking. So I've got lots of instant coffee. I've got lots of variety flavors. Like I said, this one was the hazelnut. This one is just a dark roast. I think it's a nut one as well. No, just the dark roast. And this one is just the medium roast. And like I said, this one was just a double filter, just a regular grind. So a regular strength. So I was trying to explain it, couldn't think of the right word. So it had to do with the level of the roast. So pretty much just whatever instant coffee you like, depending on how strong or weak you like your coffee, that will just depend on which instant coffee granules you would use in here. I noticed no difference. I use a variety of stuff. Like these ones are bigger chunks. These ones here are even a little bit fine. These are quite big. This one looks a little bit finer grind. So it's just whatever you prefer to use. So I will be back in a little bit when the fudge is actually fully set and ready to slice. Everybody, welcome back. So I've got my fudge. It's been actually in the fridge overnight. So I'm just going to take it out of the pan. I'm just going to cut it into the 16 pieces here. Like that. And I'm going to store this. I prefer to keep my fudge in the fridge. I just think it just keeps the fudge, you know, holds its shape better. So I've got these little cupcake liners. Just gonna put each piece of fudge. Okay, put each piece of fudge in its own little cupcake liner, and then I'll put it in my container. So this is my Mocha Fudge that I had made, and then I also have this other fudge. I'm going to continue slicing this in a minute. I have this other fudge here that I had made. the day before the Mocha Fudge. This one here is my gingerbread fudge. I lost all my videos making this one, so I thought I was just going to cut this one at the end of this other video, and I will give the recipe for my gingerbread fudge. So this one is pretty much the same thing. It's the 1 small bag of white chocolate chips, 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. Now for this one, I actually did this one on the double boiler versus the microwave, just so I can get the spices. See, I'm just gonna grab a cupcake liner, so I could get these spices incorporated in this one. So this one has, because it's my gingerbread, so it's got ginger, allspice, cloves, mace, and what's the other one? Oh, nutmeg. So it's got those 5 spices in it. So because I was incorporating the spices, I like to do it in the double boiler, so I can add the spices while it's all melting and mixing together. Just wants to stick to my paper here and my knife, don't know. Usually doesn't stick to the parchment paper unless you get the wrong side. I also recommend greasing a little bit. I didn't do that on these ones. I usually use the wax paper, works better if you get the shiny side, or you just kind of put a little bit of grease. It really helps it from sticking too bad. But sometimes the fudge is just a little sticky in places. I just wanted to say to everybody, thank you for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in my next videos.